Leadership in the path of the sacrament is not about power, it is about service. It is not about knowing more, being more, or controlling the space. It is about walking with humility, acting with integrity, and holding space with reverence. In this module, we explore the ethical foundation of spiritual leadership, learning how to guide without ego, how to serve without seeking control, and how to uphold the trust placed in us. The true facilitator is not a master, but a servant to the sacred. Let us begin. What does it mean to be a leader in this path? A true leader is not someone who seeks authority. A true leader is someone who creates space for others to awaken, rather than claiming to be the source of wisdom. Holds integrity in all actions, decisions, and interactions. Leads not by control, but by example. The mycelial web teaches us this truth. The mycelium does not demand, does not force. It connects, supports, and allows each organism to thrive on its own terms. This is the model of sacred leadership. You are not the healer. You are not the teacher. You are the space in which healing and learning can unfold. Let go of control, step into service. Ego has no place in sacred work. Yet, time and time again, spiritual leaders fall into the same traps. The need for recognition, the belief that they hold secret knowledge, the unconscious desire for control over others' experiences. Power in spiritual leadership. Power itself is not bad. It is simply energy. It is how we hold and use that power that defines whether we serve or harm. A facilitator must recognize the power dynamic between guide and participant, the influence of words, gestures, and energy in a sacred space, the responsibility to create a space free from coercion or manipulation. Ego in the role of a facilitator. A facilitator must always ask, am I speaking to guide or am I speaking to be seen as wise? Am I offering my presence or am I seeking validation? Am I honoring the participant's journey or am I inserting my own beliefs? The path is not about being right, it's about being present. Release the need to be a leader, be a servant instead. Facilitators are entrusted with great responsibility. People come to this path with vulnerability, openness, and trust. It is the duty of a facilitator to honor that trust with absolute integrity. Common ethical pitfalls in sacred work. Overstepping boundaries, giving advice instead of guiding reflection. Speaking with authority instead of allowing participants to find their own truth. Encouraging dependence rather than empowering self-exploration. Using the role for personal validation rather than true service. Handling sensitive situations. If a participant places you in a guru-like position, gently redirect them to their own wisdom. If someone shares deep trauma, do not diagnose, analyze, or offer therapy. Stay within your scope. If you feel the weight of responsibility, seek mentorship and peer reflection. A facilitator must always remain in self-inquiry. Am I serving the people or am I serving my own identity as a leader? The more you humble yourself, the stronger the space you hold. Boundaries are sacred. A facilitator must have clear ethical boundaries to protect both themselves and the participants they serve. The foundation of trust. Do not touch a participant without permission. Do not share someone's experience without their consent. Do not assume what someone needs, always ask. Trust is not freely given, it is built over time through actions, not words. Power and consent in spiritual relationships. Any relationship between a facilitator and a participant must be handled with absolute integrity. A guide should never enter into romantic or sexual relationships with those they serve. Consent is ongoing. Just because someone agreed to something at the beginning does not mean they are still comfortable later. If there is ever a question about whether something is appropriate, step back. Choose the path of integrity. A true facilitator is not concerned with personal desires. They are devoted to upholding trust, respect, and the sacredness of the work. Take a moment to reflect on what has been shared. How do you define true leadership in sacred work? What are your own ego triggers in the role of facilitator? How can you deepen your commitment to ethical service? Leadership is not about control. It is about devotion. A true leader serves. A true leader listens. A true leader upholds the highest ethical standard, not because it is expected, but because it is the foundation of sacred work. As you move forward, may you lead with humility, guide with integrity, and serve with an open heart. In the next module, we will explore the future of the sacrament path and community stewardship, learning how to sustain this work over a lifetime and build a strong ethical community. Until then, may your leadership be rooted in service, may your actions reflect your highest values, and may your presence be a beacon of trust and reverence in this sacred work.